I'm sitting in the Tesla with Professor Arto Kiviniemi, digital architecture design in the School of Liverpool, or in the University of Liverpool. And Professor, you say that BIM is absolutely not avoidable, right? Also in the Netherlands, BIM will be big part of the building process.
Well, to me, it's inevitable that BIM will be the way, the only way of working in the future. It will take some years, but there is no way that the old way of working will be prevailing.
Yeah, and that nice integrated working, that building information materials model. It started very early. In 1975, already the first papers were written about it in Stanford.
Yes,
Stanford, and then you basically started on a large scale in Finland when there was a big crisis. When there was the big crisis in 1997. How long did it take for it to be dominant with that way of working in Finland?
It took about 10 years. It's kind of, the program was for 6 years, and we got good results. We get also some software products, and then we had some pilot project. But before it really started to emerge in a large scale in the industry, it was 2007.
Yeah,
so basically 10 years.
Now you're doing the same in England. The UK is now also really into BIM. They make it also. Yeah. The government has said this is going to be from 2016 on. Everybody needs to work and have this way of working.
That's correct.
Yeah, and I also hear that at this moment only 8% of all the vendors in the market are basically have their authorization for BIM.
Yeah, I don't know.
Certified for BIM.
Yeah, of course the certification is not necessarily the only measure. I think my own perception is that it's bigger number than 8%, but it's definitely it's relatively small part of the market is ready for that.
Yeah,
it takes time. The change takes time, and I really hope that the government will stick in the requirement that the project managers will really require BIM the way that it's defined in the strategy, because otherwise we will have problems.
We will have problems. There will be pain, but it will. After a couple of years of pain, it will work anyway. What does BIM? What if you implement BIM in the building process and it's normal and everybody uses it? What are the advantages on a high scale?
The biggest and the first advantage that we get is that people have much better understanding about the problems in the project. They can avoid the problems, they can integrate the different design disciplines and reduce the change orders and additional costs, which are a very big part of the construction costs nowadays. So that's the first.
How much money will that save on the total project if you build it?
At least based on the research that is available, it's about 15% of the total costs will be
to build it.
Just from from the total construction cost. 15% of that are just the change orders. Then, of course, if you have faster schedule, you have other things that are improving there. I think that the 20% savings that the UK government has set as a target, I think it's realistic.
In the UK, yeah. Now, we in Holland, we don't have a government who says, thou shall do this. Because, we spread it out over different ministries. We have a more liberal thing. The market should do it himself. Will BIM still survive in the Netherlands? Will it still be dominant?
It will happen, and of course there are already some companies in Netherlands doing very advanced BIM. So I think that the main question is that the market penetration. That is it only the top companies, these islands of competencies that are doing that, or is it something that it's happening on the industry level?
Yeah.
And if it doesn't happen on the industry level, then the challenge is that how to get the supply chains forming the delivery chains where everybody is capable to do BIM.
Mm-hmm.
Because our industry is very fragmented. You have different participants in every project. One way, of course, is that the advanced clients start to select the team which is capable to do integrated BIM in the project.
Mm-hmm.
And when they start getting the benefits from that, that will be, of course, reflected in the marketplace because other people start becoming envy about the good results.
So you don't need only the carrot, only the stick, but the carrot might also work.
Yeah, of course.
Carrot also works.
Typically, as I was saying in my presentation, typically there are two main reasons for most people to change, and they are envy and fear.
Mm-hmm. Based on what you've seen of the Netherlands, what phase are we in? How many years do we need to get to maturity, to BIM or BIM maturity?
Well, based on the discussions that I had today with people, that it seems that at the moment BIM penetration is somewhere, I would say 20-25% maybe from the market, which is, if that's real penetration, I think it's actually quite good. And from that, if I think that it could be 5 years that really it's starting to be in the situation that people start realizing that they have to do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because typically what happens is that when you have the critical mass doing things in a certain way, then the others have to follow no matter what they think about that.
Okay, so if you have a 20% and the people are having benefit, the rest will follow quickly.
Yeah.
Okay. One last question. You also drove an electric car for the first time at Tesla. How was your experience?
Really great. I think that this was the best car that I have ever been driving in my life. It's really nice experience, really nice car.
Yeah, you say that developments in the car industry go quick compared to the building industry, right?
Absolutely, because there we have the genuine global competition. Construction industry is still relatively local.
Yeah, and this is a game changer.
Yes.
Because electric cars are, of course, something really different than all the normal cars.
Yeah.
And do you think that this will be big in the future?
Yes.
Based on what you've now experienced?
Thinking about how it works compared to traditional cars, I think that it's absolutely clear that it will be. Of course, there will be probably some alternative solutions as well, but I think that really the electricity and using that as the main power for the engine, I think that that's going to happen.
Okay. Thank you very much for coming to Amsterdam, and enjoy.
Enjoy.
Okay.